boys and girls. Today I have a story for you about a boy named Jack. Well, Jack runs into a giant in the story. And I wasn't sure if you knew what a giant was. A giant is a man or a woman that's very, very big. We could say that they're gigantic. That has the same word in it, doesn't it? Giant and gigantic. Well, a giant is not fat, not that kind of big, but they're very tall. But you know what else? They're make-believe. So this is going to be a make-believe story. The name of the story is Jack and the Beanstalk. Are you ready? Are you comfy? Once upon a time, when giants still stomped the land, a widow lived with her son Jack. The widow was too sick to work, and one day they ran out of money. "Son," Jack's mother said, "I'm too weak to take the cow to town. You must go, take her to town, and sell her." Now Jack was brave and kind-hearted, but he didn't always use his head. So his mother told him to think carefully before selling the cow. Jack promised he would. He was halfway to town when a man stopped him. "Jack," said the man, "I'll give you 5 magic beans for your cow." Thought Jack. How could this stranger know my name? And how could he know that I'm selling the cow? He must have magic powers. Then the beans could be magic too. He traded the cow for the beans and went home, very pleased with the deal. His mother was not pleased at all. "You were tricked, you silly boy," she cried. "There's no such thing as magic beans." Angrily, she threw the beans out the window. "Now we have no cow and no money," she said. "What shall we do?" The next morning, something tickled Jack's nose, and he woke up surprised to see a huge leaf had pushed in his window. He pushed it away and peeked outside. A thick beanstalk stretched up, 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 and its top hidden by clouds. "They were magic beans," he said. Without waking his mother, Jack started climbing the beanstalk. His arms and legs began to ache, but he forgot about them when he saw the castle. Who do you think lives in the castle? There's Jack at the door. Jack knocked on the castle door. A giant woman opened it. "Who's there?" she said, peering around. "I don't see so well. Speak up." Jack wasn't sure what he wanted her to do, and if he even wanted her to see him. But he was very hungry. "I'm down here. Do you have any work I can do for food?" The giantess picked up Jack by his collar and plopped him on a huge stone floor. "Start scrubbing," she said. Thud, thud, thud. "Ugh," said the woman, "it's my husband. Hide in the cupboard so he doesn't eat you. Scrub the floor later." The giant came in and took one sniff. "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." "Don't be silly, his wife said. You smell breakfast. Eat while it's hot. After the breakfast, the giant opened his bags of gold. He began counting the pieces of gold, but he fell asleep after 135,091 pieces of gold. That is a lot of gold. Just a little gold would feed me and my mother for a long time, Jack thought. He snatched a small bag and he quickly climbed down the beanstalk. Jack's mother was delighted, but when she heard where Jack had gotten the gold, she hugged him tight. Those giants robbed us of that gold and 2 other treasures, she said. They killed your father. I grabbed you and escaped. Promise that you won't go back for more gold. Jack promised. There he is with his mom and the bag of gold. The next morning, what do you think he did? Did he keep his promise? The next morning he climbed the beanstalk again. I promised not to go back and get gold, the boy thought as he climbed. I didn't say I wouldn't go back for something else. After all, it was ours. Jack banged on the castle door. The giantess squinted her eyes and peered down at him. Are you the thief who was here yesterday? She demanded. Uh-oh, she knows he took the bag of gold. I'm no thief, Jack said. I'm a hard worker, though, and I expect to be paid for it. The giantess picked up Jack by his collar and plopped him in front of a huge tub of dirty dishes. Start washing, she ordered. Thud, thud, thud. Oh, said the giantess, it's my husband. Hide in the cupboard so he doesn't eat you. Do the dishes later. The giant came in, took one sniff, and do you remember what he said? Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive? Yeah, said his wife. You smell breakfast. Eat it while it's hot. The giant grumbled, but he ate. Then he got a goose from a crate in the corner. He put the goose on the table and roared, "Lay!" The goose honked twice, then waddled back to its crate. On the table was a golden egg. The giant tossed it up and down like a ball. Then his eyes began to hurt from looking at the shiny gold for so long. And what do you think happened? He fell asleep again. There's the goose and the golden egg. As soon as the giant fell asleep, Jack grabbed the goose and quickly ran down the beanstalk. His mother was waiting at the bottom of the beanstalk, and she was very angry with Jack. I didn't exactly promise not to go up again, Jack explained. You knew that you weren't supposed to, said his mother. Go to your room. Jack knew that he shouldn't. But what do you think he did the next morning? You're right. The next morning, before his mother woke up, Jack climbed to the castle again. But this time, instead of banging on the door, he crawled in the kitchen window when the giantess wasn't looking. The giant's wife hid me in the cupboard, Jack thought. I'll hide somewhere else this time. So he climbed into a wash tub. Here he is climbing into the wash tub. Thud, thud, thud. Who do you think is coming? The giant came in, took one sniff, and said, "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell." "You certainly did," interrupted his wife. "That little thief probably sneaked in here again. He always hides in the cupboard." But Jack wasn't there. The giant ate his breakfast. Then he got out a golden harp. "Play," he roared. Here's the golden harp. The harp sounded like a sparkling stream pouring over pebbles. The lady of the harp sang a song with no words. Jack was entranced. The music put the giant to sleep. Jack grabbed the harp, but he almost dropped it when the harp screamed, "Master, master!" And the giant woke up. Here's Jack with the harp. Jack half scrambled, half slid down the beanstalk. "Mother," he yelled, "get the axe." Jack's mother saw the giant close behind Jack. She grabbed the axe and whacked the beanstalk. "Jump, Jack, jump!" she hollered and whacked again. Jack jumped to the ground. He snatched the axe and whacked the stalk until it snapped in two. Kaboom! The giant and the beanstalk hit the ground together. And that was the end of the giant. But there's one more page. Jack, his mother, the goose, and the harp lived happily ever after together. Except for the time when Jack went to market and tried to sell the pig. But that's a story for another day. Isn't that an exciting story? Imagine having a giant after you. But Jack used his brain and he tricked the giant and got all of the family treasures back. Good story. I'll see you later, boys and girls. Bye.